Hey, get on out of that student union, everybody. The lecture hall doors are open. Because we broke in. We smashed the lock and have invaded our way into the lecture hall. Because as you can see, Angela, you remember Home Alone? That movie Home Alone?
I sure do.
So you know how they were all late for the airport because the power went out?
Exactly.
Well, Angela's late for class because her power went out.
And she still doesn't have any.
That's what she says. I think she's sipping margaritas in Bahamas.
Well, I'm pissed that she didn't invite me then.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome. This is Days for Dummies. This is Days of Our Lives podcast. Talking about the week of Days of Our Lives for here, the final week of March, right? The final full week of March.
Is it?
Isn't it? It's the 24th right now.
No, because Easter Sunday's the 31st.
It's the 31st. So next week is the final full week. I don't know how to do 7 days of math is what it is.
Yes.
I don't know what 24 plus 7 is.
Well, I know Easter Sunday is 1 week from today. It's the 31st.
So what does that mean for the podcast?
What does that mean for the podcast?
Yeah, is your Easter starting at 2?
Yes.
Might be able to still sneak it in with nobody watching.
I would still do it. I can still do, yes. We could still podcast on Easter Sunday, I think.
And it's going to be great. We're going to do a little virtual Easter egg hunt, just you and me. Yeah.
Even though, of course, there'll be a bunch of people here but I don't think they'll be here yet.
You know, we'll figure it out during the week. Really, and it has, who knows what the audience is going to be doing, too. It could just be you and me sitting here with Kelly. And just Kelly, and she would love it. I apologize. I'm a little froggy this morning. I don't know. I slept with my mouth open too wide. I don't know exactly what it is. It's not illness, but I'm working it down with hot liquid.
Oh, so you're a little scratchy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed that I'm a little extra.
Well, your voice is maybe 1 octave lower.
It's all normal. You know, I'm also tired.
Why are you so tired?
Because I'm just a sleepy man.
Oh, okay. I guess you require do you require 8 hours to be okay?
No, not necessarily. I don't wake up as a grump or anything like that. But I don't know. It's not like I'm always bringing the highest energy for Days for Dummies anyway. I also feel weird because I'm here in this house, right? And then I'm awake. And that is it.
Oh, no one else is awake?
No. So, there's like this subconscious reminder in my brain to not try to podcast this loud because it's probably going to be invasive.
Oh.
Which is the volume that I typically pick for 10th floor.
Yeah, well, it's late.
I could just be being neurotic.
Maybe overthinking a little bit. Maybe.
Kelly wants to know if I'm going to dress up as the Easter Bunny next week. I might have to go get like a headband with the ears.
I like it. Did I get one too? I go down to the Dollar Holler and get one.
Yeah. I'll go down. Walk down to CVS. I'm sure CVS has them.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
And you got a CVS close, huh? You can walk to the CVS.
Oh, yes, I got a CVS right there. I got a Rouse right there.
Mm-hmm.
Groceries and medicine within walking distance, just on the other block.
Yeah, I saw your Rouse. It's not far from your house.
Nah, not at all. Hey, we're just chilling here because we don't have Angela, the teacher, so we're totally unstructured. She's the one with the syllabus. She's the one with the knowledge, the ideas.
Well,
so we just hanging. It's me.
I'll just pick a subject then.
Well, I gotta also, we're hanging out with Sandra, Kelly, and Susan as well. Hey.
Hi guys.
Hey.
It's glad I'm happy to be back on Days for Dummies.
And we're happy to have you back.
I've been missing for a couple of weeks, but I'm happy to be back.
With a pink nose and whiskers.
I got no youngins to run behind me and.
Yeah, if you didn't catch the second show last week, Behind Mama Cat during 10th floor, go back and watch that. It's in the library.
those girls would not behave.
They refuse. They want to be stars, is what it is. They're like, oh, she's on
They want.
YouTube.
Yes. They actually, now that they were on one time,
They want to be
well,
on
they
all
want
the
to be, especially Ellie,
But she didn't say anything.
I know, but both of them are little performers, both of them.
We'll have
Really
them come
are.
up with a little sketch, get their parents' permission, and we'll
Oh,
see what
well,
we can do.
oh my gosh. Scarlett probably has 10 scripts already. Because that's what she does, is she like her and Ellie like put on these little things, and then she'll make tickets. Scarlett makes tickets, and then she
Okay.
goes around and she hands tickets out, and then she'll say, I'll let you know when the show starts.
Oh, that's adorable.
She is adorable.
That is adorable. Ellie says they want to see Uncle Matty. They don't call me that. They just call me Uncle Matt. It's pretty simple.
Yep, Uncle Matt.
There's only been one person in my life that's consistently called me Matty, and that's Venice DeMarco. I've been Matty, I've been Matt, I've been Matthew, I've been Matt Dude.
You've been Matthew Kutarian?
Mamar Kutarian. Oh, my dad's a weird guy.
Silly. Hey, Matt.
Progressive.
Would it be okay if I ran downstairs and got a cup of coffee?
Well, of course. We're just hanging out. I'll talk to Sandra and Kelly.
I'll be fast.
Go ahead.
And then when I get back, let's talk about that damn Constantine.
We're talking about Constantine and John Black. And I've been called handsome. You're right, Kelly. I have been called handsome, especially by you. I'm going to have to go out to Prince Edward Island and come hang out with you someday. So we're just hanging. You know what's going on. It's Days for Dummies. You know, we don't have a whole lot of structure here at 9 a.m. Sunday mornings. Much like Days of Our Lives doesn't seem to have a whole lot of structure to their creative process. But I'm not here to complain. I'm here to consume and enjoy the parts of the show that I like. And so when Mom comes back with her coffee, we'll get into it. We'll talk about John Black. Old Patchy. Go ahead, Sandra. Refill that coffee. Now's the time. Susan, if you need a scone, a donut, something, go ahead and grab that. We're just hanging, chilling. I don't know, man. There's no like soap news that I can think of this week. I wish there was something exciting to talk about, you know, like, ooh, this new cast member, or hey, this thing that we found out, but I haven't come across anything like that. Best Dressed Star of the Week this week wasn't on any of the shows that we cover. On soapoperanews.net, there's a Performer of the Week, there's a Best Dressed Star of the Week. I usually write the article for Best Dressed Star, which is why I mention it so often. So if you go and look at that on soapoperanews.net, everybody, if you're curious about the Best Dressed Star of the Week, which was not on Days or GH, it was a Bold and the Beautiful. Lawrence St. Victor is the guy. Plays a Carter Wembley something, I don't know. But he's a handsome dude. I was just filling the time, Ma.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing with Constantine.
All right, let's get into it.
Do you think that, I'm thinking that John didn't really shoot her.
I mean, it's so open-ended that no, you know, like if we find out that it was John, like what was the point of not having us know that the whole time?
That's true.
You know, so I don't think it was John, but that's just from a nerdy story building standpoint, not from any of the evidence that I've seen on the show.
So I think there's going to be a couple. I think one or two things. I don't think John really shot her.
Right.
Maybe there was someone else. Because Constantine doesn't know, because he was beat up at the time, right?
Right. He didn't see. Nobody saw it. He was supposed to
have woken up to find his daughter's body.
There was the shot dead body of Katrina, and John standing over her or something. But that was the evidence, and that is it.
And Steve said he heard a gunshot. He's making the assumption that John killed her.
Right. But it could have been Stefano or something, and he dove through some sort of secret passage.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, they keep on
Speaking of
bringing.
secret passages, I saw Stefan pop out of a
You sure
secret
did.
passage this
Yeah,
week.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did you
Remember?
see that?
Yeah, I did. And then also, it made me. It just makes me think of Windermere.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because they just pop out of that place next to the fireplace in
Oh
Windermere.
man, I was expecting little Nicholas Betchel to come out.
Because they used the secret tunnels on the show one time before when I was watching it, and it was at the very beginning when Rachel had snuck out of camp, and then they had used the tunnel to squirrel her upstairs and
Mm-hmm.
to pretend like she wasn't there. And Kristen was like, I don't know what you're talking about, Brady.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the only other time I'd seen before. Like Rachel was sneaking through the tunnel. I don't know. It's just funny. It's funny. I've always wanted to live in a house with a secret passage myself.
Yeah,
You know, where
that
you have
would
to
be.
pull a book or something and then it slides open.
Yeah, wouldn't
My,
that be awesome?
that would be awesome. But my major hesitation on like actively pursuing that with my millions of dollars that I have access to is what would I put on the other side? A secret passage is great, but the room has to be better. Why is it hidden?
I I I I would make it a really really cool equipped panic room. That's
Yeah,
what I would. I
but
would
just
make it kind of like but not like it wouldn't make me panic to be in there. It would be like I want to go in there.
it's like a
I mean,
chill, warm colored reading nook with a bunch of monitors that overlook
it
the
would
house.
be. I would love that. It
A
would
little
be okay.
command center. Ooh, you make a little Power Rangers command center. That's what I could do.
Yeah, with that big floating head in the middle of it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's how I can I don't know, pair up with some sort of tech company and have them help me build some sort of video phone. But the only way that the person's face is broadcast back is in that distorted blue Zordon head.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
And then you have to put in the numbers from Lost too to access.
It's not a pull book. You pull the book and there's a keypad behind it. And the
There you
password
go.
is 4815162342 pound.
So anyway, that's what I think. I don't think John, I think we're going to find out that John did not shoot Katerina. And there's also, I think there's a somewhat of a possibility that Katerina's not dead.
Oh yeah, Katarina's still alive out there somewhere.
I think so. And the actress, I don't know. I recognize the photo.
Mm-hmm.
I recognize the actress in the photo, but I don't recognize from what. But
Well,
she just looks so familiar.
maybe they'll do a
The
flashback then, if it's not just some model.
Yeah, because
You
she
know,
does look familiar to me, but I can't place her.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
The photo.
Who can tell us? Sandra, do you know? Sandra, tell us, Sandra. Sandra refilled her coffee as well, by the way.
She refilled her coffee too.
Oh yeah, it's what you do. It's what you do.
I tell you, this is something I probably should stop doing because it's not a load of money, but it's money. I use these disposable cups at home,
Mm.
just like them.
Mm-hmm.
Probably quit buying those dang things.
We gotta get you set up with a new 10th floor mug. Kelly has one and she loves it.
I want a 10th floor travel mug with a lid though.
I wonder if Printify has those. I'll have to take a look. Because
Maybe
if
they
so, I'll
do.
just put it together. It's very easy. I'm just not creative when it comes to merch.
You're not creative when it comes to merch.
No, I tried my hand, I'm like, ooh, my way or Ava's way with like this like the little bloody like golem statue thing or
Uh-huh.
whatever. I thought it was neat. Nobody cared, you know.
I don't know. So that's what I think is happening with the Katerina. And John is just so knee deep in guilt, isn't he?
I mean, like
He wanted to
just
do ridiculous. Flying
broken
off
in
to
half
Greece.
over this.
Yeah, he is. Flying off to Greece and turning yourself in is a bad idea, John.
I mean, it's like
Yeah, listen to Doc.
it's like he's come to realize, oh, shut Katerina, and she's my daughter. Like that's how he's reacting to it. I killed my own kid. I need to turn myself in. I'm a monster. That's how he's responding to it, which isn't the case. That's not what he's doing. That's
Hey,
not what
John,
happened.
you might go look around for Belle, man. She's missing.
Yeah. Nobody's seen her in weeks, man. Your own kid. Go find her.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Ooh, hazelnut coffee, Mom. That's what Sandra has. Hazelnut.
Mine's mine is sugar-free vanilla inside it. Yeah.
Sugar
No, it's
free.
just great value, sugar-free vanilla.
Sugar
Incorrect.
free. Are you
Yeah,
watching your
not a
sugars,
fan.
mama?
No, I don't.
Hmm. Oh, you don't like the sugar free?
I like the sugar-free. I don't like the full sugar one.
Oh, I see. Well, you know,
No,
we've never like when it comes to beverages like soda and stuff. We weren't a full sugar family. Kool
no,
Aid, you know, like oh
I'm
my
not.
God, mom, Kool Aid from the house that I grew up in with you versus Kool Aid that the rest of the world drinks. There's apparently a large difference in the amount of sugar that we included.
Yeah, well, yeah, because
Ours
and
was nothing in comparison to the rest of the Kool Aid out there.
oh no, Kool-Aid out there for a lot of families kind of like sweet tea. You know, you can see the sugar on the bottom of the glass,
It's just like,
right?
yeah, yeah. Because I remember making some Kool Aid a couple years ago now. It's been a long time. But I remember making some and I'm like, yeah, do, you know, sugar, mix it up. And then, what are we drinking? Water was the response that came out, you know? So,
Mhm. And also, you know, back in the day when I was used into Kool-Aid, I was buying sugar-free Kool-Aid as well.
well, look at you trying to keep control of your rotund child
Well, I
known as
was that.
Matthew.
Well, you know, I'm that crazy. I'm that crazy lady that, you know, have a big old hunk of chocolate cake and drink it and have a Diet Coke with it. Don't
You
make
know,
no
I know,
sense.
I know, I know. Your diet choices had never been one to use as an example. You know,
No.
no. But that's all right though. That's okay. I'm alive. I made it to the ripe age of, you know, gonna be 38 here pretty soon.
No, less than a month, Matt.
Well, a little over a
No,
month.
not less than a month. No.
Just
Say the
a
23rd.
smidgen over a month. We will be podcasting the day before my birthday, so we'll have to do something.
Yeah, your birthday's on a Monday.
Hmm. Who do I know? What do I do? It's not a big deal. Like partying on YouTube with you guys. That sounds like a good time. We can sell Zoom tickets. Everybody send me $10 for a Zoom party with me. We'll put
Okay.
music on. We'll
Um,
dance. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not even talking about Days of Our Lives at all. We suck, Mom.
Matt, Matt, I
Yeah.
always think of like how old when it's not that you guys are older. I think of like how old was I? How old were you when I was your age? Okay, so
Right.
you're 38.
Yes.
When I was 38, you were 14.
Yeah, I was just starting high school. It was year 2000.
Mhm.
In the year 2000. Oh gosh, that was a whole world ago. That was a whole lifetime ago. You know,
Was
I've lived a long time
was.
since. You know,
All right. So let's get back to Days of Our
yeah,
Lives.
yeah, yeah. Let's see. The actress who plays Katerina is Crystal Chapel. Says Kelly. She's helping us out. She played Carly Manning on Days of Our Lives from 1990 to 1993, and Maggie Carpenter on One Life to Live from 95 to 97, and Olivia Spencer on Guiding Light.
Well, no wonder she looks familiar to me, even though I haven't watched those shows. It makes sense that she would look familiar to me, and it also solidifies the idea that she's not dead.
Oh, definitely. If they pick
Why
somebody
would
that
they
has a
bother
soap
using
history,
an actress? Why would they use a soap opera actress for a photo that's never going to be a person?
there is little reason to do that other than, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we got so and so to be in this picture and be the dead daughter of Constantine? But I don't know how Crystal Chapel would trigger that oh, wouldn't it be cool if we got Crystal Chapel for this? You know, like wouldn't it be cool if we got Susan Lucci for this? Would be, you know, something different, right?
Yeah.
Not that she would be an age appropriate choice to be Constantine's daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she was also on Bold and the Beautiful. Kelly
Well,
finishes.
see,
So
she's
yeah,
been around the block a few times in
yeah,
soap opera
she's
world,
been
hasn't
everywhere
she?
but GH, really.
Everything,
Eh,
everywhere at ABC.
Yeah,
No, you said One Life
One
to
Long
Live.
Life
That's
Live. So you probably, you know, if I were to hazard a guess, you might recognize her face from episodes in passing of One Life to Live from 95 to 97.
I probably do. And the hours and hours and hours of soap opera over the years that I've consumed, I'm not going to remember everything.
No.
I've watched a lot of
I
soap
get it. I
opera.
mean, I see that all the time. I'll see an actor's face and be like, huh? I had that with Constantine. I had to look it up, and finally I found out he was the freaking janitor in the Breakfast Club.
Was it?
Yeah. I'm like,
That's cool.
this guy's face. Where is this? And finally,
And
I
he
figured it out.
and the janitor in the Breakfast Club is on quite a bit.
Yeah, he's got a couple of scenes, definitely the beginning and the end.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And
So
all my children. Goodness.
I tell you what, I'm looking forward to on Days of Our Lives. I'm looking forward to that christening. I think some each is going to hit the
Oh,
fan.
Mama, they well, okay, so I hope so, because I was let down by the whole like Valentine's Day, geo caching event, because we didn't geocache for a bomb.
Right.
So, we're leading up to this christening. I hope we don't just christen the baby with some dirty looks. We got to have drunk Sloan knocking down the altar and the baby goes rolling. Like Leo has to catch Jude at the last second. No! Like, if I was
That'd be
writing for
funny.
Days of Our Lives, it would be straight up comedy. Okay?
Um, Man, for this baby christening, can it not be just a blanket, please? Come on, Days of Our
Get a real
Lives. With
baby
the
for
babies
it.
and the blankets.
Even if you have to just bring the baby alone on set and just get shots of just the kid to splice in.
Jude Jude and Victoria are now too big to be blanket babies. They're too old to
we
be blanket babies.
we've been watching since they were born, and it's been at least 3 months.
They can't be blanket babies anymore.
Like 3 months old, 3-month old babies are not this big anymore.
Oh, three-month-old babies are holding up their head.
They're holding up their head and they're
They're
chubby.
having tummy time.
They're
Come on.
chubby. They got the cherub cheeks.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Jeannie is also like, oh, and she's done web subs. So apparently, this lady is just all over soap operas, just off of the shows we were watching regularly.
That solidifies it.
But it
Katarina's not dead.
would be like somebody really big from Young and the Restless that isn't Eric Braeden.
Mm-hmm.
Coming over and like, oh, now they're on General House, now they're on Days of Our Lives, where we just have no connection at all to the legendary status of this person that came before.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I were to be watching in the 90s with Stefan and whatever.
Stefano?
Hmm?
And Victor?
No. Like I was. Excuse me. Let me refocus. It's similar to if I were to be watching General Hospital, with Stefan and Kate. I don't remember her name, but the one that fell off the parapet and actually died. But they were played. They're played by
Yeah.
They're
They're played by Steve Nichols and what's her face?
Yes. Right.
Kayla.
Yes. Yeah. They're
I
Stephen
don't
and Kate.
remember Kayla's real name. I'm sorry.
Mary Beth Evans or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Stephen Nichols and Mary Beth Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, I didn't. Stephen Nichols is first in my mind. Like, if I think of Stephen Nichols, first Stefan Cassadine shows up, and then Old Patchy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's way more known for Old Patchy.
Oh, way more.
And if I were to be watching General Hospital at the time where they were on it, and not on Days of Our Lives, bye Anna. Then I would have no idea the star power of these two actors that are on the show. And so, I don't know, that just ties into everything we were talking about. Whatever. Mary Beth Evans confirms Kelly.
Yeah, I wonder, I know that these these couples have been on and off couples forever. Like with Kate and
Roman.
And yeah, so they've been on and off again forever. And then of course Doc and John, they've been together forever. And then Kate and then Kayla and Steve have been. So I want, I haven't been watching that long, but I don't ever want those three couples to split up.
I think that they're known as like, aren't they? They're like they have some sort of special nickname or something, those three couples, because they've been together and on the show for so long. They're like the core three.
But I know that they've been on the show for so long, though. They ain't had no wedded bliss this whole time. They've had to broke up with other people and tried to kill each other and been back together and all that stuff.
My mind's been taken over, and now I'm trying to kill Marlena instead of love her. Somebody's activated me again.
Doc, what have I done?
What have I done, Doc? It's funny because this week Nicole and Sloan were having problems, right?
Yeah.
And it just made me laugh because just the way that Nicole just like was like, well, Marlena helped me figure out that, what I was feeling was this, that, or the other thing, right?
Mhm.
And I'm just sitting there and I kind of had to like pause for a moment and just consider that moment where in the world of Salem, all you have to do is visit Marlena so she can tell you why you did something, and that's it. We're good. You can forgive me now. Because Marlena told me why I did it. So I won't do it
Oh,
again. All is forgotten, right, Sloan?
right.
It just made
Crack
me
me
laugh.
up. But I still cannot stand the Sloan. Oh gosh.
I mean, Sloane's on just the biggest downward spiral.
She is. She is. She is. And she's just so offensive as a mother to me.
I mean, she just
She don't
doesn't want to
care
be
about,
one.
she don't want to be one.
Mm-mm,
She don't want to
mm-mm.
be one. And how can you care for this infant for 3 months, 4 months, and not fall in love with it? I can't be around a dog for 2 days without falling in love with it. Come
We
on.
gotta, well, she's gotta visit Marlena. So Marlena can help her
Right?
figure out that she is manifesting a subconscious jealousy over the fact that her baby did not survive, yet Nicole's did. And that's the one that she is raising. Therefore, building a wall between them, an emotional wall that Sloane is not able to scale.
Well, from what I did, this is, I guess I'm judging Miss Sloan quite a bit because I think if she wouldn't have miscarried her baby and she'd have been able to have her own full term, have her baby, I don't think she'd be a good mother to that baby either. I
She
don't.
might like the kid a little bit more, at least.
She might like it a little bit more. I mean, but you would think that she would like this one, knowing that, it is Eric's baby and she knows that.
Yeah,
So she should love it at least as much as she loves Eric,
but it ain't her baby, and I guess that
but it ain't
matters.
her baby.
And I guess that
Oh,
matters.
I get it.
She also
Sloan's
stole the
terrible.
baby, and Nicole's
Sloan as
around.
is
It's weird.
Sloan is as terrible as those semi-wrap little shorty dresses she always wears, which I don't get. Those, they look like she's wearing the robe of a nightie
Well,
all
she
the time.
is. Here's why. Because Leo took all of her money, and so she had to sell her nice clothes. And so
But
now
that's what
all
she
she
looks like
has
to me.
are swaths
Like
of
she's
fabric to wrap around her
creatively
body.
wrapping, creatively wrapping the the overcoat thing of a little pinwa set. That's what she looks like. It's ugly. No, I don't like her.
She needs to
I
watch some
just
Drag Race. Get some fashion style tips, okay?
I just don't like the Sloan. But the good news is I'm not supposed to like her.
Well, no, 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 no. I mean, that is the point. She is one of the most detestable characters on the show, and purposefully so. I don't know what redeeming qualities Sloane has, if any.
She's a selfish old thing too.
It's just
Maybe the redeeming quality she does have is maybe she's an okay lawyer. I don't really know.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Sometimes it's interesting when it comes to a soap pairing, because we're like, okay, well, we're gonna put so and so with such and such, because the potential for drama is so big. They're so opposite. They're so different. Eric is gonna be on the straight and narrow, trying to make sure that he doesn't fall into the bottle, while Sloane is gonna be, lying and manipulating and all this kind of stuff. But then you like take that and then there's a point for me at least where I'm like, what is it that Eric likes about her? With you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what he liked about her. I think he got hypnotized with a little nookie in the beginning.
But that was the beginning. And listen, maybe I
Yeah.
just maybe I don't know, Ma. I don't know. I'm just disconnected from people, I guess. I don't know what to
He's
say on
terrible.
that. Because that sort of
Terrible.
mentality doesn't it just fails in my mind to understand. Oh, well, the Nook was
I
good.
think
Okay,
I
big whoop.
think
There's so much more out there in the world.
I really think at this christening, at the reception for the christening at the Demera Mansion, I believe that the whole baby thing is gonna blow up at that.
Everybody's going to be
And
there.
I think Tate and Holly are gonna blow up on the same day as well. I think it's gonna be a hell of a party. I can't wait.
The Demira house is going to
Looking
burn
forward to
down
this
next.
baby christening.
So you think it's going to be just this conflux of events?
I do. I do. And I'm hoping that they give us a couple of days of that party. I hope that reception is a couple of episodes to fit it all in. And if I had to choose between the two events happening at that, because they both aren't going to happen, oh, I definitely want that baby
Oh,
reveal.
it's time. It's time for the baby thing.
I want that baby reveal, and I want Nicole to knock the piss out of that girl.
Just with a close us. We're not talking slap. We're talking oh boom right, and the camera catches the fact that she's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. And I want her to like fall into the tabletop, fall into the food table.
and the cake flies into the air and then lands on Sloan.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're
kind of
talking
like
about.
the. I know. Well,
I think it was the Sandlot, and the cakes fell on the dog.
well, I was thinking of the very first episode of the Brady Bunch
Oh,
when
see,
Tiger
our
messes
references.
up the food table and the wedding cake goes a flying. That's before a lot of y'all's time,
Well,
though,
that's
because I.
before my time, not necessarily the some of the listeners' time, you know. Um, but my reference would be definitely the Sandlot. I'm sure the kids today have their own cake flying through the air and landing on somebody reference. Probably from iCarly or something. I don't know. It's an uncomfortable time in the world to talk about old Nickelodeon shows.
I tell you what, that whole mess is a mess.
It sure
And you know
is.
what? That whole mess is a mess, and it's so unfortunate and so sad. And it really had it really had a little effect on your sister.
Well, I mean, so the shows that were featured in that documentary were her generation of shows.
Her shows,
They
yes.
weren't my
And
generation because she's
she,
4 years younger than me. We had different shows that we liked. Like I had different shows than my brother because we aren't within 2 years of each other. We're within 3 and 4 years, and in those 4 years, children's entertainment turns over every time.
yeah, you guys really aren't that super close. I mean, you're close in age, but you're not that close. You and your brother are 3.5 years apart. You and your sister are 4.5 years apart.
I mean, 83 to 86 to 90. I mean, it's very different eras.
Hmm. Yeah. But it was disturbing for your sister, and she
Yeah,
called me to talk about it.
yeah. I mean,
It's
she
disturbing, and I
really
understand why it's disturbing.
she was a big fan of Drake Bell.
Yeah.
And so to
And
know that he was having to experience that while she was laughing and yucking it up and watching him seemingly have a good time being on this TV show.
yeah. And she was telling me, Mom, his parents didn't even make sure that he got counseling.
A lot of parents suck.
They were like, okay, well, that's not going to happen anymore. Get to work.
Money also makes people bad.
I guess, huh?
Money makes people bad, Ma.
It does.
When does money make people good? When does somebody get a crap ton of money and they're like, you know what? This is my chance to do good for the world.
Well, there are some instances of that, Matt. There are. There are.
In
You know,
spite of everything, I firmly believe that people are terrible at heart.
well, I don't believe that people are terrible at heart. I don't. I don't at all. I don't at all. In fact,
Uh,
really like this Luke Bryan song. I believe people are good. That's a
yeah.
great song.
Oh,
A great song.
yeah. Yeah. It's so funny. So I'm watching. People are coming and they're going. They're tuning in. They're tuning out because I get this little bar underneath the broadcast that tells me,
Mhm.
how healthy the stream is and all that kind of stuff. And so what happens, and it's been happening consistently through the show, is we'll chit chat, we'll start talking about days, and the little line will climb up, and then and then we'll start talking about like Nickelodeon, and the little line goes down. And so, the line is starting to go back up again. So, if I were to be like, oh, um, other topics that happened this week, such as where's Justin Kiriakis?
I, I don't know where Justin Kiriakis is. That
Like
would be.
like last time we saw you was trying to get Tate out of jail, and Alex wasn't happy with his results, and we really haven't seen him since.
Yeah.
Where's Justin? I miss Justin. What I like is Wally Kurth, and so I want to see Ned and Justin all the time.
I like Wally Chris
You
too.
know, like if he's not being Justin, I want to see him as Ned. If he's
And
not
we
Ned, I
haven't
want to
seen
see
him,
him as
and
Justin.
we have, of course, filming is so different too. Filming a GH is maybe a month,
Yeah.
maybe a month ahead,
Yeah.
maybe got a month in the can. Where those folks at Days of Our Lives, they got a whole life in the can. So
We
you
have
really
three
can't judge.
storylines already.
You can't really judge. Well, he's busy over there because they're so far apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we haven't seen him as Ned lately either.
Can I
After
say?
he learned who he was,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of disappeared
Yeah,
after
maybe
that.
Wally's busy. I mean, that would explain the
Maybe.
GH absence, not necessarily
Well, I
the
know.
days one.
Well, I know that the day players, whenever Days is on a break, the day players pretty much got that.
Yeah, yeah.
If they ever come back to Sacramento, I'm going to go see them.
I mean, it was a fun little show.
It was a fun little show, and they were in Sacramento one time. They were in
Mm-hmm.
Sacramento last year, and I didn't go see them. But if they come back to Sac, I'm going to go see them.
They got to get Bradford to guest, you know?
Oh, wouldn't that be great? Because he's right there. If he was not, and if he wasn't a prospect actually working, because he's down there a little more than he was before.
I would imagine so. But
He's
yeah, I mean,
working a little more now.
because the Day Players is an offshoot of the band that Bradford and Steve Burton was in, right?
Pretty much, when because they tried to resurrect Port Chuck,
But they
and
couldn't.
when that didn't work out, the day players started.
Yeah, because
So
Brandon Barash and it was just like I'm still gonna I'm still gonna jam with my friends, you guys.
yeah, I think Brandon Barash was like, "Well, that was a great idea. So great that I'm going to do it elsewhere now."
Yeah, you know who likes to sing? Wally Kurth,
Yeah, he does.
Carson Boatman, Eric Marstolf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Eric Marstoff with his little beatbox.
with
Oh, he's
with his
sexy
little
as all get out doing it too.
like it's so funny because it's so fun. Go check out the show, you guys. It's super good. It's super great. And what Eric Marstolf doesn't have when it comes to like instrument training, he makes up for in just charm, you know. Because he sits and
Very
he knows
charming.
that he's sitting there with the leather vest and his arms are exposed. You could see his tattoo, right? And he's sitting on
Hmm.
that box
And
and
he's got some muscles.
yeah, and it's a box. He taps
Hmm.
the box, little percussion thing. That
Hmm.
is it. Um, I don't want to diminish music skill, but this doesn't seem like it would take a lot in order to do.
No, you would
While
have to have
everybody
a
else is up
decent
there with a
sense of
guitar.
rhythm.
Oh
You'd
yeah,
have
you
to
need
have a
rhythm.
decent sense of
Yeah,
rhythm.
in basic understanding of like my thumb makes a different sound than my pinky. But when it
Yeah,
comes, you don't need 15 years of grand piano training in order to be decent at playing the
no.
box.
But tell you what, though, you guys, he's not a great singer. Oh my God, he's oozing with that
He's just got
sexiness
charm and
going
charisma
on.
galore, is what it
He's
is.
very, very
Yeah,
charming. All four of them are, actually.
really. But it's just funny because the visual that I have in my mind is him sitting on a box and everybody else has a more advanced instrument. And I don't know, it makes me giggle in my memories.
Yeah. And Brandon, he played harmonica pretty good.
He can. Apparently,
He
Stephen
can.
Nichols, he's really good with the harmonica as well.
Is he?
Yeah, yeah. I saw a clip of him from another Day of Days. I don't know if it was the one we were at or one before, but he's sitting there in front of the autograph table or whatever, just
Oh, Stephen Nichols Petty. I want to see that.
mm-hmm,
I want to
mm-hmm.
see that. That's going to be.
Oh goodness, where is my Rafe? Asks Jeannie. Wasn't he on like last week?
Well, no, not very much, though. Not very much.
Mm.
Rafe hasn't been on very much this past couple of weeks. Yeah, well, you know what? I agree with you. He looks good, doesn't he? There's a lot of good-looking people in the soap operas. Rafe is one of them. He has a he has really, to me, he has really beautiful eyes, and his lash line is so thick and
Mm-hmm.
so dark. It looks
Yeah.
like he's wearing eyeliner,
Do you
kind of like
remember?
that dude that was on Lost. Remember the dude
Yeah,
on
that's
Lost?
exactly the reference I was about to make too. His name was Richard Albert
Yeah.
on Lost, as played by Nestor Carbonell. Is the actor's name Nestor Carbonell? He's been on other stuff too.
Hmm.
The most recent thing I saw him on was a show called Shogun on Hulu.
Okay.
It's one of the recent shows, and it's a historical look at an exciting time of ancient history from elsewhere or something. It's probably totally bogus, not based on any sort of real event, but it's just like, look at this time, this historical. Anyway, he's in
Mm-hmm.
it,
Mm-hmm.
and he puts on that thick accent, like that thick Spanish accent that I
Mm-hmm.
guess that he does well or something with. I don't know. Anyway, Nestor Carbonell is in that. Sandra says that Eric Marstoff is musical theater trained, which would explain why he doesn't know how to play an instrument. Because you're not up there on Broadway with a guitar in your hand singing in a concert. You're up there singing and dancing and
And for the most
using a
part,
lot of character and charisma in your musical performance, which is what he excels at. So that makes total sense to me.
yeah. Oh, looks so nice up there. That Carson Boatman. Oh my god, little sexy dude. Goodness gracious.
You could be his mother, Mom. Relax.
Hey,
It's
that's okay.
all right. We're all human. We're all over the age of 18.
Yeah, you could wreck it. I'm gonna be 100 years old, and yeah, if someone 25 looks good, I'll say he looks good. I said a compliment. It's not like an
You're
advancement.
gonna be the lady you're gonna be the lady in the old folks' home just pinching nurses' butts.
Perhaps.
Just come here.
Yeah,
We're not gonna send you to a home, Mom. My sister would never allow it.
I don't know. What I plan to do is keep my marbles. That's what I want to do.
Oh
Just
yeah.
keep the marbles.
Oh yeah. Let's start doing crossword puzzles. It's you and Grandma Lou in the morning. You do, Sudoku and crosswords, reading a book, having your grits.
Mm. Yeah, she does have grits almost
Those
every day.
instant grits. I've got some instant grits in a box though. They're not the packets.
Mm. Don't like them.
Let's see. I think they got his PI. Stefan was on Young and the Restless. Was on Young and the Restless first. Okay. Okay. Taiwan's going over the history of Stephen Nichols. Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, round and about he is gone.
But he's been on Days of Our Lives more than anywhere
Oh
else.
yeah, I mean that's his
He's a
home.
legacy character on Days of
Yeah,
Our
yeah, that's
Lives.
his home. That's where he's made his fame. That is, if he were to leave when he comes back, he's gonna have the big beaming Steve Burton smile.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back in this studio. I'm back in the studio. Yes.
Oh, speaking of Ava and Harris,
Yeah.
I'm a little mad at Ava.
Manufactured drama.
I'm kind of mad at Ava because she can't resist falling in the bed with Stefan. Just come on. And then Harris is gonna be like, oh, it's okay. Come on.
No, 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 no. You see, they're weakening Steve Burton. Was what they're doing. They're trying to make him look like a punk on the way out. Because and then they do it right, and then afterwards she's laying next to him and thinking about Stefan again.
I know. I know. And I was just really surprised with how okay with it with here. Well, it kind of like, well, it only happened once.
Yeah, but you also weren't really broken up. That was all just a ruse.
Right.
She cheated on you.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I thought that was just a little. I just don't. And I don't see the point in the story of having her fall into bed with him one time. I don't see the point.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you were to just ask Twitter, they would say it's because of the fired producer's proclivities.
Hmm.
But I also think that is something that is an excuse that a lot of things are hung on.
Mm-hmm.
That I think some of that might be a little
Mm-hmm.
misdirected when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the source or the reason. It could just be a low quality time for the show, which is a real and
Maybe.
legitimate thing. If you are out there making something 5 days a week for 55 years or whatever it is,
Mhm.
you're gonna have low quality times, whether you intend for it or not. You
It's
might even
true.
be intending for it, so you can save your money for the end of the year for this big thing that you've got planned that we don't know about.
It could be. It could be. But I noticed though, now that I'm watching Steve Burton on both shows,
Mhm.
I thought in the beginning when I was watching him as Harris on Days of Our Lives that he was very, very Jason.
Mhm.
But now that I'm watching The two,
kind of side by side.
it's two side by side. No, Harris is, yes, he kind of acts like Jason, looks like Jason for sure. They out him to look just like Jason.
Mm-hmm.
But at on General Hospital, he does have a stone coldness that he does not
have. So there is a capturing of Jason essence that does exist.
I think so.
Old Dylan McAvoy, you know.
Now I was watching Young and the Restless when he was on as Dylan McAvoy. I watched it the entire time he was on there.
Yeah.
Very different character. Not Jason at all.
So Burton does have a little range.
Burton does have some range. Yes, he does.
You know, it's not the most massive. You know, he's not Meryl Streep.
No, he does have some range. But you know what Steve Burton does know? He knows his lane.
Yes. Yeah. He perfected a character and is happy to ride that. I think that's a great place for an actor to be in, especially nowadays. Nowadays, an actor kind of like has to become the face of a role across a long period of time, doing a lot of work as this character to really be seen kind of as like majorly successful now. And I'm talking to like newer actors, like a Chris Hemsworth type of person. You know, I'm not talking Meryl Streep or Dustin Hoffman or something like that, who's had a wide range of different things. But really famous actors today are because they're Spider-Man off of 4 movies, because they're Mary Jane off of 6 movies. Because they play this recognizable character and they become the face of the franchise to a degree, and then that populates the other stuff that they do because so and so from such and such is now in this on Netflix, and it's just it's different, you know. Now it seems like instead of the actor's mentality is probably the same. I want to do a wide variety of diverse work of a million different types of characters to really push myself as an artist. But like the commercial practicality of that now is not existent. And so you kind of have to push yourself to be like, well, I got to get a job with Disney playing Iron Man or I'm not going to make it. So if you have a lane and you're really good at it, and you're able to play it and play it and play it, and people don't get tired of it, and you have your fans that want to see it, and people get excited, and the ratings spike because you're back and all that kind of stuff, then heck, just continue to do that. Have your fun making money. Hang out with your kids. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.
I was trying to figure out, like, you know, because I know they're so far ahead. And I know that Steve pretty much was done at that studio in October, wasn't he?
Pretty much.
So November, December, January, February, March. He should be, I think, end of April, beginning of May, that's when Harris Michaels will hit the fan and be gone.
Harris May sweeps.
Probably.
May sweeps will sweep Harris away.
And I wonder what they're going to do. I wonder if they're going to kill him off, put him in a body bag, chop him up in little pieces. He's done. Or
like, so that would be something, Ma. I don't know if a soap has ever done this. I mean, there's been a lot of soaps in a lot of years, and so it could have happened. But you take somebody, right, and you cut them into, you know, their head goes to New York, and their left arm goes to Beijing, and their right arm goes to Antarctica, and their left leg goes to Boston, and their right leg goes to L.A., you know, does that character get to resurrect on a soap opera?
So you guys in the chat, do you recall, I want to say on Young and the Restless, there was a character on there and he was a terrible dude and they cut the word killer into his forehead when he had been wrapped up in, you know, gauze and stuff, and they took it off, and someone had carved killer into his forehead because he was such a bad guy. Is why he wound up dying. And I don't know, am I making this up in my mind? But I think they put his butt in a wood chipper.
Oh my goodness. Well, folks. That is
No, it wasn't that. They squashed him.
In a press.
I think they squashed his head.
Oh.
Like in a press kind of, it was dramatic.
It seemed like it.
Yeah, it was, you know me. It was right up my alley.
Kelly is sincerely secure in the fact that she thinks that Steve will be off of days in June or July. I think that's a little
I
long.
think that
I think that's a little
mm,
long, unless they're stretching the stuff that he filmed.
I think I think you're on to something with May Sweeps, man.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't make the show, and Kelly watches way more Zoom interviews than I do. So,
Yeah, she does.
uh,
I know. She does the Zoom stuff a lot.
oh, she says Steve has said that. But what does Steve Burton know?
Steve Burton has been known to always not all he doesn't necessarily lie, but Steve Burton can embellish the truth sometimes.
And maybe he was like, oh, June or July, but May is just before June.
Yeah.
When we were at the Emmys, and I'm not saying that you're wrong, Kelly. I'm just talking. We were at the Emmys, and I mentioned, when the big trio was leaving, when Suzanne and the other
Rogers.
two, Suzanne Rogers and Drake and Abraham James
Yeah.
Reynolds,
Yeah.
when they were walking away, John was like, "How do you guys know about the Spawn thing? Like, it's not happening until February." Sorry, Drake. The Pawn thing started 2 weeks ago, and that was mid-March. So, like, there's
Mm-hmm.
amorphous scheduling, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And it's shot out of order often too. So they don't know for sure.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So we don't know. They might know. Kelly is probably right. Is just where we're gonna land that, I think. All right, Ma.
I'm enjoying watching Steve Burton on both shows. I am.
Yes.
I'm enjoying him on both shows.
I mean, if you're a big Steve Burton fan, now is just like peak Burton time.
Oh.
You put on Peacock in the morning, watch him on days, and then in the afternoon just turn on ABC and watch Jason integrate himself back into town and turn himself into the police.
But I don't think he's being double paid though, even though he's on TV at the same time. He's not being double paid because he's not on that show anymore, and he's wrapped it up over there.
Yeah, but he has been paid though. Just he's not getting checks at the same time.
Exactly.
But,
I wouldn't be surprised. I have no way of knowing, but I wouldn't be surprised that if Steve Burton didn't get a little bump when he came back.
Oh, I mean, what agent worth his medal doesn't?
Mm-hmm.
Unless Steve Burton was just like creatively for my life, my desires, my needs, my wants. This is where I want to be. Make it happen, agent.
I know. Well, he was never. He said it from the very beginning. If I have a chance to go back to GH, I'm gonna go back. Well, he said it from the very beginning.
And we have said it from the onset of his termination at General Hospital that he made all the right steps. He did all the right choices, did all the right things to make sure that door stayed open for him.
Yeah. And honestly, I kind of feel bad for him a little bit, but he kind of knew what he was doing too. Ingo, I can't find no job now. I haven't heard of him doing anything.
No. He's totally shot himself in the foot. He feels firmly about the things that he feels firmly about, and that is a way to live. Is it gonna lead to popular success? Probably not. But it's a way to live. He moved to Florida.
Did he?
To get away from all of us crazy liberals, Ma.
Oh. Well, he didn't have to go to Florida. All he had to do was go up the state a little bit.
Oh,
the liberals no up there. Go up into the redwoods.
No. There's no. That's not a good surfing location. You can't surf near the redwoods.
No, you can't. So but I'm just saying.
He had to go to
Florida. Didn't have to go all the way to Florida to get away from us yahoos. All you have to do is go up the state a little bit.
Go to his Instagram. Go to his Instagram. Just check out what he's had to say. Why not? Okay. That's all I got for Days for Dummies, though. Because I have to rest my voice and prepare my mind for 10th Floor Podcast to talk about the exciting week of General Hospital.
Sounds good.
You don't sound thrilled, so you don't want to.
Well, no, it's fine. I'm just thinking, is there some little thing that we really should have talked about?
Oh, I don't know. It's 10:07. We started this one at about 9:10. So, we're at the hour.
Yeah, we are, and we need to be on time at 11
We
o'clock.
need to be on time at 11 o'clock. I need to take care of business in the meantime. I have to get more coffee. I have to make notes. I have
I'm
to
going to go downstairs and make a homemade breakfast, Jack. That's what I'm going to do.
I have to push my mind to remember the intricate details of the interactions that happened this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go do that. Thank you everybody for joining us this week for Days for Dummies. I hope you learned so much. There's no way you did.
You didn't learn a gosh darn thing, did you?
No. Hopefully next week we have Angela back to bring us the history of yesteryear and to tell us when we're wrong about stuff because we need that. We really do.
We do.
We do. Otherwise, we just ramble
We need
on
guidance.
and then we start talking about what that country music. Like we get so off syllabus. Some of us will see you again soon. Well, good, Sandra. I mean, that sounds a little ominous. I hope you don't take anybody out. In the meantime, before 10th floor starts. But looking forward to seeing you there. Later, Gator, says Kelly. Ciao, says Cheryl. You guys are so awesome. So join us at 11 for 10th floor. If you're watching this on the replay, we are here live 9 a.m. Sunday mornings Pacific time. So come join the chat, have a talk about Days of Our Lives, soap operas in general, or anything else that comes to mind.
Yeah.
If you
You
say
know
something
us.
interesting
We're a little
enough,
flighty.
if you say something interesting enough, it's going to catch my attention in the chat, and I'm probably going to read it. So, but that doesn't mean take over. Oh God, I've opened Pandora's box. See you at 11. If not, then we'll see you again next week here live 9 a.m. Pacific time. Days for Dummies. Hopefully Angela's back. Days of Our Lives is cool. You can follow us on Twitter at 10th Floor GH. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you haven't. And that's it. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.